If you have been looking at Optoma Photon Life and still are not fully sure whether it is the right buy for your needs, that is exactly what this review is here to clear up before you spend your money. A lot of products can sound great on the listing and still end up feeling underwhelming once they are actually in your hands, so the real question is whether this one gives you solid everyday value, fits the way you plan to use it, and feels worth the price. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. So, why did I even consider this projector in the first place? Well, I've been on the hunt for something that can deliver that big screen experience without the hassle. I love watching movies, but I hate when the picture isn't sharp or the colors don't pop the way they should. And if I'm gaming, I need something that can keep up with fast-paced action without lagging or blurring. The PK32 promises 4K UHD resolution, which is a big deal because it means you're getting 4 times the detail of standard HD. But it's not just about the resolution, it's also about how it handles color and contrast. The PK32 uses Optoma's 4LED technology, which combines red, green, blue, and amber LEDs to create richer, more nuanced colors. That's the kind of thing that makes a difference when you're watching a movie with deep blacks and vibrant reds or playing a game where you need to spot details quickly. One of the standout features for me is the HDR10 support. If you've ever watched something in HDR on a TV, you know how much of a difference it makes in terms of brightness and contrast. The PK32 brings that same level of visual punch to a projector, so you're not just getting a bigger screen, you're getting a better-looking image. And let's be real, if you're spending money on a projector, you want it to look good. The PK32 also has a dedicated game mode, which is a game-changer if you're a gamer. It reduces input lag, so your controls feel responsive, and it supports 4K at 60 Hz, which means you're not sacrificing performance for picture quality. Whether you're playing a fast-paced shooter or a visually stunning RPG, the PK32 keeps up without making you feel like you're playing on a delay. Now, let's talk about the setup because that's where a lot of projectors fall short. The PK32 has auto keystone, autofocus, and a motorized zoom, which means once you place it where you want it, the projector does the rest. No more fiddling with knobs or trying to align the image manually. It's all handled for you, which is a huge relief if you're not tech-savvy or just don't want to waste time. I set this up in my living room, and within minutes, I had a perfectly focused, centered image without lifting a finger. That's the kind of convenience that makes a projector feel like a premium experience rather than a chore. Another thing I appreciate is how bright this thing is. It's got 3000 lumens, which might not sound like a lot compared to some high-end projectors, but for a portable unit, it's impressive. I've used it in a room with some ambient light, and it still looked great, no washed-out colors or dim spots. That's important if you're not setting up in a dedicated home theater or if you like to have some lights on while you watch. The PK32 also has a built-in speaker, which isn't going to replace a good sound system, but it's more than enough for casual viewing or if you're in a pinch. If you're someone who wants to keep things simple, you can just plug in your streaming device and go. You can find the link to check the details below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.